Hey guys, thank you for joining me. The focus of this flow is going to be on opening the heart, opening the upper body, and doing a lot of reversing of this rounding action that we often get throughout our sedentary lifestyle. Most of us spend a lot of time sitting, in which case we're constantly rounding the shoulders and drawing in the chest. We're not creating space to breathe, so when we practice back bends, we just allow the body to open up. And it might not be that we open up so much that we come into a bend, but it might just be that we're balancing ourselves out. But either way, when you're ready, find your mat and join me. We'll start kneeling, taking the hands behind you, interlacing the fingers, and just drawing the hands away from the body to lift the chest, taking a deep inhaling position. And then exhale, lower the chin down to the chest, bring yourself back to a neutral alignment. Release the hands. And extending the arms overhead, lengthening from the tailbone all the way to the fingertips. And taking a side bend to the right side, drawing the arms over to the side, allowing the hips to rock over to the left side. Inhaling position, come back through the midline and exhale to bend to the left. Inhaling in position, exhale to come back through center and then releasing the hands. Walking the hands forwards to find tabletop. And just beginning to look to the right side, swinging the hips over to the right, as if you're trying to create a C shape down the center of the body. Swinging the hips over to the left as the gaze goes over to the left. And just moving through that transition a few times. Maybe even allowing the feet to switch from side to side. Coming back through center. This time on your inhale, dip the belly, lift the gaze, open the heart. As you exhale, round the spine. Inhale, dip the belly, moving through cow. And exhale through cat. Inhale through cow. And exhale through cat. Moving through this transition at the pace of your own breath. And then finding a neutral spine, beginning to walk the hands forwards, sinking the chest as the heart lowers, keeping the hips on top of the knees. And softening the forehead down to the mat, finding puppy pose. With every exhale, just allowing yourself to gradually soften, completely surrendering to the mat. And then on your inhale, beginning to peel the heart away. Bringing the hands back below the shoulders. Beginning to bring the knees together. Cross the ankles, lift the feet. Send the shoulders forwards over the wrists. Bend the elbows close to the side body as you lower down. Coming all the way down to the mat and releasing the legs. Softening the feet. Walking the hands slightly further forwards from the shoulders and then pressing the hands into the mat to lift the heart away to find Cobra. Bhujangasana, keeping the shoulders soft away from the ears and the pubic bone in connection with the mat. Taking a deep inhale in position as you exhale, soften back down. Walk the hands below the shoulders, tuck the toes, press up all the way to downward dog. From downward dog, stepping the right foot in between the hands, lower the left knee. Keeping the fingertips in connection with the mat, lifting the heart, finding an expression of low lunge. And as you exhale, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, step the back foot forwards. Taking the right foot back now, lowering the right knee. Inhale, look forwards. Exhale, tucking the back toe, lifting the back knee, planting the hands and stepping back to plank. From plank, lowering the knees, lowering the chest and the chin, holding this position, keeping the arms close to the side body, and then beginning to slither your way through to your cobra, keeping the heart in connection from the mat, and then peeling the heart away to find Bhujangasana. Taking an inhale in position as you exhale, lower down, tuck the toes, press up through tabletop, lift all the way to downward dog. The same transition, just with a few add-ons. Inhale, draw the right leg skywards, bending the knee, rounding the spine, bring knee to nose, stepping the foot forwards, lowering the back knee. Allowing the knee to come slightly forwards over the ankle as you inhale, draw arms skywards. Interlacing the fingers and pointing the index finger towards the sky. Allowing the heart to open, puffing out the chest, taking an inhale here. As you exhale, lower down, framing front foot, tuck the back toes and step back to plank. From plank, lowering the knees, lowering the chest and the chin, and then slithering your way through to find cobra. Inhale in position. As you exhale, soften back down, tuck the toes, press up through tabletop, lift yourselves up to downward dog. Inhale, draw the left leg skywards, bending the knee and rounding the knee, draw knee to nose, stepping the foot forwards, lowering the back knee, letting the front knee come slightly forwards over the ankle, and as you inhale, draw the arms skywards. Interlacing the fingers, drawing the index fingers towards the sky. Just inviting the arms to draw slightly away from the ears, so you're allowing the shoulders to open, encouraging opening through the top spine. Inhale in position. Exhale, lower down, throwing the front foot with the hands, step back to plank. Finding the breath, inhaling here. Exhale, lower the knees, lower chest and chin, and then slithering your way forwards to find Bhujangasana. Staying for 2 more breaths here. And then with your next exhale, softening back down, pressing yourself up through tabletop, and sending the hips down to the heels, walking the hands into the body. Lifting yourself up to a kneeling position. Keeping the tailbone tucked and drawing navel to spine so you create this stabilization of the lower parts of the spine. Then bringing the hands to the tops of the hips at the back. Rolling the shoulders back, lifting the heart, lifting the gaze, taking an inhale in position. As you exhale, slowly begin to encourage the heart to open. Seeing if you can isolate this movement through the top of the spine. Trying to keep the hips on top of the knees for now. Then once you've found your edge, slowly begin to send the hips forward. See if you can encourage more of an opening. Finally letting the head tilt back if you don't experience any problems in the top of the spine. Taking one more inhale here, as you exhale, slowly come back up through center. Lower the sits bones down to the hips. Walk the hands forward, step the feet out to find plank. Inhale in position. As you exhale, come forwards, either lowering down through modified chaturanga or finding chaturanga and pressing up to find up dog. From up dog, rolling over the tops of the feet, coming high to find downward dog. From downward dog, coming up onto the toes, bending the knees, lowering the knees all the way down, softening back to find tabletop, and just stepping the feet so they're below the knees. Sorry, the knees below the hips. Taking a few sways from side to side here, maybe a few spinal waves. And then slowing down as you find center once more. Inhale, draw the right arm skywards, twist to open. As you exhale, thread the right arm under left, lower the right shoulder and extend the left arm towards the top of the mat, finding thread the needle. Just inviting the body to be soft here, completely sinking into the mat. And then walking the left hand close to the face, pressing yourself away from the mat and lowering the right hand. As you inhale, twist to extend left arm to the sky. And as you exhale, thread left arm under right, extending right arm to the top of the mat. And softening down to find thread the needle. And walking the right hand close to the face, pressing yourself away from the mat. Allowing the knees to draw out wide and bringing toes to touch. Sinking the hips down to the heels and extending the arms out ahead. Lowering the gaze to find Balasana, child's pose. And giving yourself this time to restore some energy. Lengthening from the fingertips down to the tailbone, neutralizing the spine. And then walking the hands close to the body. Lifting yourself away from child's pose, bringing the knees together. Bring the hands into your lap, closing down the eyes. Taking a moment to reflect on the practice. Be thankful for the time you spent today. And finally, with your next inhale, bring arms overhead, bring hands into prayer. As you exhale, bring prayer to heart center, locking in the energy of the practice and lowering the gaze. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.